Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show where we take your stock-specific queries with top market experts who answer them live on this show for you. So what is the way that you can get connected and you can ask questions, if any, you have on the stocks that you want to perhaps buy, sell or hold from your portfolio? Well, you can write into us on the WhatsApp number that's flashing on your screens. Do not forget to mention your name, your location, the question, as well as your own contact details. Alternatively, you can also use this YouTube platform where you're watching us and this show on, and you can send in your questions live on the comment section, which I can incorporate on the show. And otherwise also on the social media platforms, we are present on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, where we go simultaneously live as well, and those are the platforms on which you can also send in your questions. But first up, let's track the top headlines we're tracking for you this hour. Indian benchmark indices climb in trade. Sensex up 315 points while the Nifty hits a record high of 22,753. Auto index jumped 2.5%. Shares of Trent rally up to 7% to hit an all-time high of 4,629 following the company's stellar profit. Brokerages upgrade the target price. Shares of J&K India list at a 50% premium against the issue price of 145 rupees, a bumper listing. A lot of earnings to be reported today. Adani Energy, Indian Oil Corporation, REC, Havells among the 56 companies that will announce their quarterly results today. Shares of M&M zoom in trade more than 4% post the launch of XUV3XO at 7.5 lakh rupees starting. The company has invested 650 crores for this model. Welcome to all our viewers, and time to welcome our guest on the show as well. Gaurav Dua joins in, the head of capital market strategy at Sharekhan. Mr. Dua, warm welcome to you on Daily Calls. Good afternoon. Well, record high levels for the Nifty. It's continuing to climb higher in trade as well. How do you see the Nifty panning out and the market sentiment right now?
I mean, you have a lot of people having apprehensions all along, and the stock markets are keep going up.
Yeah.
That's what's happening, and I have in my experience of more than 2 decades, that is what I've seen. When there is like apprehension on the street, there is doubt, there is fear. Markets will never top out, and I don't think that is going to happen very fast.
Okay, markets won't top out very fast. And now to straight away start taking the queries of our viewers. Let's start off with the first question that's come in for us, and this is on the call. I think we do have Deepak Chandiwala, Dr. Deepak Chandiwala from Sonipat. He's dialed in. Dr. Deepak, can you hear me? Okay, I think we'll just wait by. But in the meanwhile, I wanted to also understand from you, Mr. Dua, if you can tell us auto space, the way it's shot up in trade today, what does that indicate? Is this the space to be in? Is it all ready to outperform now?
So what we have seen in the past few months, that there's been a sector rotation. There are always say one or two sectors that start doing well, and they support the market. Auto and banks have been the leader in this past few days, and I think this could go on over next few weeks or just a few months. I think this energy sector and and this pharma sector could this thing take the lead.
All right. We do have the first caller now with us from Sonipat. Dr. Deepak Chandiwala is called in. Dr. Deepak, go on. Tell us, what is your question? Which are the stocks that you're holding?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Please go on.
Yes, I'm holding shares of Overall Realty and
Okay.
PR Industry.
Okay.
and the buying price of my Oberoi Realty shares is 3568 per share.
Okay.
Sorry, 1568.
1558.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And the buying price of my PI industry share is 3568.
Okay. And what is the time horizon? How long can you hold on to these shares?
6 months. Yeah.
6 months. Okay. Mr. Dua, so the question is on Oberoi Realty. Dr. Deepak holds 100 shares at 1558. The price has come down from his purchase level. And on PI Industries, that's the second question. He holds about 34 shares at 3868. And again, here there is some kind of softness that he is experiencing. How do you see these two stocks, and what is the outlook as far as 6 months to a year outlook is concerned, sir?
This is a space which has been doing well for past 1.5 year, and we believe that we are in a multi-year upcycle when it comes to real estate. Real estate upcycles last for this 5 to 8 years, and they have a this thing down cycle from 8 to 10, 12 years. So we have just started the journey. Oberoi is among the top players in this in Mumbai. They are also entering other places. They have bought a land in this NCR. They are a quality player who is able to sell their product at 10 to 15% higher rate compared to the other players. So when you have a multi-year upcycle, you don't basically exit the market leaders. You actually hold on to them, and any dip that you see is always an opportunity to buy for an investor. So if you have a view of 1.5 year, 2 year, this is going to give you excellent returns gains. This in 5 6 months also I feel it will be good, but I don't look at charts, and
Sure.
basically if you get at this in lower price, I think you should accumulate more. Talking about PI industry, specialty chem has been on the receiving end for past over year and a half. You have seen a lot of these stocks actually go down by 30, 40, 50% plus. Out of this
Okay.
space,
Right.
basically SRF and
Mr. Dua, we'll take a very quick break right here, and we'll return in just a jiffy. Meanwhile, viewers, you can continue to send in your questions, which we will take with Mr. Dua.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Business Today and our special show, Know Your Company. We are honored to host the management of Shriram Finance Limited, now a Nifty company, and its managing director, Mr. Y.S. Chakravarti, is with us to discuss what has been a sterling fourth quarter performance. We'll discuss a lot of details, a lot of other sensible numbers are there on the screen.
Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Daily Calls, a show where we take your stock-related queries with our top market expert. And for the day, our expert is Mr. Gaurav Dua from Sharekhan. He's already given a view to Dr. Deepak Jhandewala on Oberoi Hotels, where even though, Dr. Deepak, your view is about 6 months, it's better that you can extend your holding period to about 1.5 to 2 years odd to actually reap in the benefits of better returns on this stock. And if you can hold on and buy on dips, that's the view that's coming in. On PI Industries, sir, if you could again tell us what is the view?
So specialty chem is a space which has been on the receiving end. These stocks haven't been doing great. For if you look at this lot of stocks, they are actually down from their peak by 30, 40, 50%. However, in this space, there are some stocks which have been outperformers. One of them has been the CPI industry. In addition to that, this thing SRF has also been doing well. And I think if you are holding this stock, you should hold on to it. You should not worry. It's going to give you gains.
Okay. We also have another question, Mr. Dua. This is from our YouTube viewer, Mr. KD Pradhan. He's saying, hi Sakshi, how are you? Hi Mr. Pradhan, how are you doing? And he's our regular watcher as well, and he does send in one question every day regularly. So good to have you back with us, Mr. Pradhan. Today his question is on Talbros Auto. He wants to know from you, Mr. Dua, that he has bought this share, about 570 shares is what he holds, at 294 rupees. Now he wants to know what is the future of this stock in terms of a 1 year horizon, if you can give him the view.
So this thing. Unfortunately, Sakshi, we don't this thing track the stock, but it is in a space where we track other stocks, and we like the space. I
Okay.
think we have just talked that auto is doing well after 4 or 5 years of this thing downturn. Auto volumes have started to pick up, and that will start showing in the auto ancillary companies also. And Telbros is a this thing good player within the space. And if you can hold on to this stock will be great.
Okay, hold on to this stock, Mr. Pradhan, and you will be able to see some better returns flowing in for you in the medium to long term perspective as well. Let's go on to our next caller from Chandigarh. Arvind Ahuja has connected to us. Mr. Ahuja, good afternoon. कैसे हैं आप बताइए?
Very good, ma'am, and good afternoon to you. I
Good
have
afternoon.
I have 1,000 share of HFCL at the rate of 65. Should I hold or book profit?
HFCL, that's the question for you, sir. Of course, we are seeing the entire telecom space also a buzz in space. They started off with the Vodafone Idea FPO, and the entire space has been in the thick of action. Even HFCL has been moving in. Now, Arvind has bought about 1,000 shares at 65 rupees of HFCL. So definitely sitting on profits, sir. That's a good part. Even today, the stock is up 4.3%. What would your view be, sir?
So HFCL is in the this EPC space in this telecom industry. It's got a very very healthy order book. So it's a this thing company which has 2 to 3 years of this strong outlook in terms of growth. So if you can hold on to stock, it is good. And this is a stock which can be this thing extremely volatile. So whenever you have a large move of 20-25% in a short time, that is the time when you can take this thing part of the this thing profits home, and then wait for an opportunity to buy again.
All right. I hope that answers your question as well. We also have one WhatsApp query, sir. This is from Udaipur. Ahana Dhariwal has sent us this question, and this is a very timely question that's coming in. It's on Trent. And she wants to know from you, should I invest in Trent now for about 6 to 8 months perspective? The stock is up and about in trade today. And if we look at the kind of momentum that we are looking at, I think about 4.6% higher in trade right now. 4515 is the top mover as far as the F&O moves are also concerned. And this is after the earnings have come in for the company, and the net profit for the company has risen multifold to 712 odd crore rupees. Dividend has also been declared. Now in the retail space, this is getting popularity with brands like Zudio, Westside, and it's a Tata Group company. How would you really look at this one now, sir?
So I think it's a great company. The kind of growth it has shown in terms of volume, it has been an outlier. It is an industry which is actually going through a downturn,
Yeah.
and it is one of the few players who have shown very very healthy growth, 28% kind of a growth, volume growth YOY. And so you cannot actually just like fault them in terms of the business. Their idea of bringing in this brand called Zudio, which is this thing affordable brand, which is also done extremely well. This is a stock which is an excellent company. Business is very good, but the problem is the valuation. Valuations cannot be this thing justified at this level. So the stock is actually in momentum, so you can play that. However, this is a great this thing business which is available at not at the right price. That is the issue here. So if you can hold on to this short-term overvaluation, then you hold. Otherwise, I would advise that you can sell this thing, some of the trend, and look at some of the other stocks in the space, this consumer space, which are available at much better kind of this valuation. We also had this stock in our fund, but over the time we have this exited out of this, and we are like building our this in positions in this urban fashion.
Okay, got that. I hope that answers the question as well. And of course, you've got the options as well on that front. We have another question on our WhatsApp number. This is coming from Kolkata. Diksha wants to know from you, which bank should I invest in for the next 5 to 6 years? No specific question as far as public sector or private sector, but we've actually seen the way banks have sprung back into action, especially led by heavyweights like ICICI Bank after the earnings. Yesterday, it was a complete banking financial day. We've also seen the Nifty bank spring to record high levels now. Finally, things turning for the better as far as the banking space is concerned, especially because of the lagging factor that we saw in the private banks, sir. And what's your view, your top picks here?
So the banking space had an issue in terms of the this thing, mobilization of deposits. But however, in quarter four, what we have seen, some of the banks like ICICI Bank, IndusInd Bank, they have been able to get a large this thing growth in that space deposits. What does that do is that the expected pressure on the NIMs will not be there. So ICICI has been our pick in the space, and for last I think 2.5 years, and I think it still stays. In the this thing, public sector space, obviously, State Bank of India is a this thing great this thing great buy. Apart from this, what we have been asking our investors this past 1.5 years, 2 years is rather than trying to choose a bank, it's a public sector bank, which can be extremely volatile, you should go ahead and buy public sector bank ETF. Now, listen, they are available. ETF is available for around 79, 80 rupees. And I think ETF itself can give you 30 to 40% gains from here in a this year or so.
All right. Let's take the next question then. The next question has again come on our WhatsApp platform, and this is from Bengaluru. Mahima Jain wants to know from you, sir. Again on the auto space, 800 shares of Maruti Suzuki is what she holds at the rate of 79.66. So considerable amount of profits is what she's reaping on. She wants to know, should she continue to hold on to this one?
So the stock has done amazingly well in past 1 year, but if you look at past 5.5 year, Maruti made its previous high in June 18 at around 11,000 level, and after that for 5.5 year it stayed say below that. So Maruti is actually broken out of that 5.5 years high now, and you are seeing that there is an increasing this interaction there in this volume. This SUV was a space where this they have been lagging. However, you have seen an extremely good growth there. This Brisa has been accepted well by the market, and we believe that the double-digit kind of volume growth will stay for next few years. Maruti, after this huge this thing rally, is not cheap anymore. However, we believe that auto is in this thing multi-year upcycle, and that's a stock that you can hold for 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year. That is your choice. But I think if you are holding on to the stock and you have gains, I don't see any reason to sell it.
Okay, you don't see any reason to sell it at this point in time, right? Mr. Dua, just stay on with us. We will take a few more questions with you from our viewers, but let me just go across to my colleague Karishma Sudani, who's joining right in, and she's joining in with some information from Ministry of Finance as well. Now, of course, we do know that the government is already stepping up its pedal as far as the preparation of the 100-day agenda is concerned. And of course, when we understand, when we kind of the Finance Ministry has also discovered that fraudulent beneficiaries of government schemes related to food, fuel and fertilizer subsidies have actually led to savings of 3.35 lakh crores for the exchequer for the past 6 years. And additionally, the ministry has identified about 50 million counterfeit ration cards as well, and has removed about 41.3 million individuals from the LPG subsidy program. It's also detected 17 million fake beneficiaries from the PM Kisan scheme. Now, this seems to be, grave at this point in time. And Karishma, tell us if the centre is actually going strong on check and cleaning spree at this point in time.
Well, Sakshi, absolutely. The numbers that you have given make sense a lot, because the government has been trying hard for the last 5 to 6 years to work on the loopholes that are existing in the schemes. And one of the major loopholes that are existing is the fact that fake beneficiaries or duplicate beneficiaries get these benefits. The number that's coming down is about 3.35 lakh crore, which if you actually look in terms of the GDP growth number and try and measure it, it's going to make a major difference in the absolute value of deficit, which of course will impact the percentage of growth. What we are picking up from our sources is that the department is going to ramp up these audit checks in its 100-day agenda, and for the next 5 years, they're going to try and plan a clean and a keen policy reform in order to make sure that these benefits are given to people fairly and the deserved ones. In the last 10 years, government has been able to contribute close to about 35 lakh crore from the exchequer for social reforms to people in need. And government also believes that if they try and dig numbers for the last 10 years, they may find more such fraudulent cases coming out.
Okay, this is definitely grave, and the government is now stepping up efforts in a cleaning spree as of now to ensure that these schemes do benefit only the rightful and the needful people at this point in time. Thanks a lot, Karishma, for sharing all those updates with us as well. And now let's cut across to my colleague Chetan Bhutani as well, who's now come up with another news for us, especially with regards to the auto space. This time around, M&M has launched its new product, and that's XUV 380, I believe. Chetan, what is this new product? Do tell us more about it.
Well, actually, it's 3XO, the XUV 3XO by Mahindra, launched at 7.49 lakhs. And let me tell you, it was launched with a lot of fanfare at the Mahindra's facility in Nasik, which produces the car, which produces the Scorpio N9 as well. So this is the car that I have with me, Sakshi. The brand new looks, launched at 7.49 lakhs with chrome grills, 17-inch alloy wheels. This is the top model that we are driving. So we have all the features inside the car. Ventilated seats is an option which the company manufacturer actually gives according to the variant, but actually is not very existent. But yes, 20-inch corrected screens. I cannot literally tell you about how the car looks or behaves or performs on the road, as all the opinions are barboard. But yes, a very positive, commentary coming in from the first looks of the car. The car is really, sets apart from the part that, 25% of the market share is what the company enjoys in this particular segment of compact SUVs, which is actually ruled by Tata's and Maruti's Brezza and of course the Tata Nexon. So with this new entrant at 7.49 lakhs, a very good pricing, yes, but the volumes will have to be looked out for, because this segment of compact SUVs in India is at 25%. So clearly, a lot of competition heating up with Mahindra's entry with the 3XO.
All All right, so we are going to be see the competition in this space heating up as well. Thanks a lot, Chetan, for getting us all that exclusive, and we clearly are envious of you for getting the first glimpse always for any new car that hits the road as well. So enjoy your ride till the time we get back to you for some more details from the auto basket again. Let's get back to our viewers then. A lot of other viewers are sending us these questions. So Karthik S has written to us now, and he is from Bengaluru. He wants to know which sector stocks are looking good to get multi-bagger returns. Mr. Dua, so there has to be a question on multi-bagger. Whenever there are investors who want to invest in markets, they really aspire for multi-bagger returns. But what is the advice that you would like to give, because you have seen the markets for far too long to really understand whether it's easy or extremely difficult to really make multi-bagger returns, and in case you can give some sectors where one should be really looking at stocks from for such kind of returns.
So, if you look at the history, the maximum number of multi-baggers in India have actually come from the consumer space. Okay, that's the space which has given you Symphony, Relaxo, and so many companies which in 5, 6 years have gone up by 10 times, 12 times, 15 times, which is actually called multi-bagger investing. I am not talking about those stocks which are like, speculative, momentum driven, this illiquid. That's where you get stuck when you this thing try to chase those stocks in hope of a of a multi-bagger gain. So if you have a look at that space, we like consumer this discretionary space. What we are seeing in India is that the demand from premier and luxury space is growing at a very, very fast rate. And if you look at the history, China, when the per capita income there had grown from around 2,200 rupees to $2,200 to around 4,800 or $5,000, the luxury and the premium segment volumes had gone up by 5 to 6 times in the 6, 7, 8 years. So I think that is the stage we are in. Our per this capita income is close to $2,300, which I think in 6 to 8 years will go to around $4,500, $5,000. Now, if you have a look at this space, some of the stocks which I believe are going to benefit from this trend and are buy and hold, which in next 3, 4, 5 years can give you excellent gains, are this thing Redico Khetan, Sula Wines, Wonderla Holiday, Arvind Fashion. So these are some of the stocks which will fulfill the aspirations of a growing economy of the population, which will be spending more and more on experiences, premium products, luxury dressing products, and that is where you're going to get your huge amount of the multi baggers. Number two, the space is is this auto ancillary. Now, auto ancillary again is a play on the auto sector. As I explained, auto sector went through a 4.5 year or 5 year of this thing down cycle from 2018 to somewhere in the beginning of 2023. Cycle is turned, and a lot of this auto ancillary stock for next 2 to 5 years are going to see an extremely strong growth. So some of the stocks where what we like are are this Gabriel India, Subros. So some of these stocks I believe are going to be multi-year player, and if you hold them for 4 to 5 years, they could be 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, or 8 times. So
All right, all right.
how
So
you play?
Karthik, I
Yeah.
think Karthik, you are in for a crisis of plenty. You've got not just one, but many names right here from Mr. Dua, which can actually give you many bagger returns, over the next period of 4 to 5 odd years. So look at those stocks and speak to your fundamental expert as well. Let's now get in our next caller. This will take it as the last caller of the day. From Kerala, Kannur, Vivek has dialed in. Good afternoon, Vivek. Do tell us what is your question.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sakshi. My question is regarding IDFC First Bank. So
Okay.
I'm holding around 1,400 shares at around 86. as a price. If
Okay.
I'm looking at 1 to 2 years horizon, would it be a good time to accumulate the share at this point, or should I wait for more of a dip? Because I think now it has taken a dip and it's trying very hard to cross 90, but it is not able to cross that. So I just want to know from a 1 to 2 year time frame from now, would it be a good idea for me to accumulate more of IDFC First Bank shares?
Okay, so Mr. Dua, we do know that the earnings came in and we did see some disappointment as far as the earnings are concerned. The slipped below the buying price for Vivek from 86 to 81 rupees odd, but he does have a long-term horizon, 1 to 2 years perspective. Do you think this bank will have enough mojo to really give handsome returns over the next 1 to 2 years?
So, unfortunately, we don't track the stock, but however, in the mid-cap private sector kind of space, what we are buying is basically IndusInd Bank and this Federal Bank. We believe these are the two stocks which could do extremely well. IDFC, if I can throw some light, is that after the merger of IDFC, which was the infrastructure company, financing company, they have actually gone through a lot of pain. All that pain is over now. The outlook actually looks good. So if you're holding on the stock, I think it's not a bad idea. You can hold on to it, but I will not have specifics about the stock.
All right. Apologies, Vivek. You can probably dial in again and we will also get you some other views as well from other guests and you can come back to our show with this question right now. You've got an overview from the banking space as far as Mr. Dua is concerned as well. Many thanks, Mr. Dua, for being with us on the show and sharing your thoughts and insights on various stocks and addressing our viewers' queries for today. And viewers, you can continue to write into us on daily calls and you can just look at the number that's flashing on your screens. Note it down, send us your questions via this WhatsApp number, include your name, your contact details, your location while you're sending us your question and we shall definitely be incorporating it Monday to Friday when we do this show when the markets are live.
Hello and welcome to Business Today Television. I am Siddharth Zarabi and you're watching this special edition of Market Masters on Market Today with me.